Imagine a car that, in the 1960s, could reach speeds close to 300 kilometers per hour, featured advanced aerodynamics inspired by aviation, and was the work of an engineer operating far from the major European centers of the automotive world. Sounds like a story from Maranello or Stuttgart? Not at all. This is the story of the Pronello Ford Huayra, one of the most extraordinary and underrated racing prototypes in history. It was built in Argentina, at a time when the local motorsport scene was exploding with creativity, and the regulations allowed engineers to pursue their wildest ideas. The Huayra was more than just a car. It was a statement of technological courage and proof that engineering genius knows no geographical boundaries. Today, this machine remains almost mythical, and its story continues to fascinate collectors and enthusiasts around the world. The creator of the Huayra was Heriberto Pronello, an Argentine engineer and aerodynamics specialist who earned recognition in local racing series. By the mid-1960s, he was already working on Torino-based machines, creating the famous Libre cars that dominated the Turismo Carretera series. Pronello was a visionary. He was not interested merely in improving existing designs, but in creating completely new solutions. With the rise of the extreme sport Prototipo Argentino series, he was given the ideal conditions to bring his ideas to life. The Huayra was the culmination of his work, a car designed from scratch without compromise, focused entirely on maximum performance and aerodynamic advantage. Its inspiration came equally from aerospace engineering and the latest developments in international motorsport. By the late 1960s, Argentina had created the Sport Prototipo Argentino series, one of the most extreme racing categories in history. It was a response to the growing popularity of heavily modified racing cars that no longer fit within traditional regulations. In this series, constructors had nearly complete freedom of design, and the result was a field of futuristic machines powered by brutal V8 engines and aggressive aerodynamic bodies. The Huayra fit perfectly into this environment. It was one of the most advanced and spectacular cars on the grid, and its arrival generated enormous interest among both fans and rivals. It was in this atmosphere that the legend of the Huayra was born. The Huayra stood out because of its incredibly futuristic appearance. Its body was made of fiberglass and shaped to minimize drag while maximizing downforce. One of its most distinctive features was the huge glazed cockpit, approximately 1,100 millimeters tall, something required by the regulations, but which also gave the car its unforgettable silhouette. The car featured gull-wing doors and a panoramic windscreen inspired by aircraft canopies. The rear bodywork was formed as a single-sealed section, which required special maintenance procedures. The entire design was refined in a wind tunnel, something highly unusual at the time, especially outside Europe and the United States. The Huayra's greatest strength was its aerodynamics. Pronello was experimenting with ground effect as early as the mid-1960s, long before it became famous in Formula One. The car had a flat floor and a diffuser that created low pressure underneath the body, generating downforce and improving grip. Different body configurations were also tested, including a long com-tail rear section and high-mounted wings inspired by Chaparral designs. Modern tests conducted at the Catesby Tunnel confirmed that Pronello's aerodynamic ideas were remarkably advanced and highly effective. The Huayra was one of the earliest racing cars to use aerodynamics in such a complete and deliberate way. At the heart of the Huayra was a powerful Ford V8 engine with a displacement of 4.8 liters, producing 430 horsepower. The unit was fitted with 4 Weber carburetors and worked together with a 4-speed ZF gearbox. The engine was mounted behind the front axle, which improved weight distribution and handling. With a total weight of around 1,000 kilograms, the car offered an excellent power-to-weight ratio. On circuits such as Rafaela, the Huayra was capable of reaching speeds close to 300 kilometers per hour, making it one of the fastest machines of its era. Its acceleration and overall performance were comparable to the best European prototypes of the time. The Huayra was built around a tubular space frame chassis that provided high rigidity while keeping weight low. Its suspension was fully independent on all four wheels, guaranteeing excellent grip and control. The car was equipped with disc brakes and a highly developed steering system. The chassis design was entirely independent from production-based road cars, even though the project had grown out of Pronello's earlier experience with the Torino. It was precisely this combination of lightweight construction, a powerful engine, and sophisticated suspension that made the Huayra such a competitive machine. Drivers such as Carlos Reutemann and Carlos Pasqualini took the wheel of the Huayra. Right from the beginning, the car impressed with its pace and regularly occupied top positions in qualifying. Unfortunately, mechanical issues often prevented that raw speed from being turned into consistent victories. Even so, the Huayra achieved some spectacular results, including a dominant win at Rafaela. Drivers praised its excellent handling and stability at high speed. Had it not been for budget limitations and reliability problems, the Huayra could very well have dominated the entire series. Under its agreement with Ford, Pronello built a total of 6 cars, 2 Huayra examples, and 4 Halcon models. Today, only one Huayra is believed to have survived, making it one of the rarest racing cars in history. The car was found in derelict condition and carefully restored between 2005 and 2010. Today, it is fully operational and appears regularly at prestigious events, such as the Goodwood Festival of Speed. The Sport Prototipo Argentino series came to an end in 1973 because of rising costs and shrinking grids. Economic and political restrictions in Argentina made further development of such ambitious projects impossible. Despite its great potential, the Huayra was never developed any further. Pronello eventually stepped away from motorsport and moved into industrial engineering. With that, the story of one of the most ambitious projects in Argentine automotive history came to a close. Today, the Huayra Pronello Ford is virtually priceless. Because of its uniqueness and historical importance, its value is estimated at several $1 million. The lack of official sales makes it difficult to determine a precise figure, but on the collector market, such a car could easily command prices comparable to the rarest prototypes of the 1960s and 1970s. It is a true collector's grail that attracts the attention of the most serious enthusiasts and buyers. The Huayra Pronello Ford is more than just a racing car. It is a symbol of an era when the creativity and courage of engineers seemed to have no limits. It proved that even in distant Argentina, it was possible to create a machine capable of matching the best designs in the world. Today, its story continues to inspire new generations of engineers and enthusiasts. Interestingly, many years later, Horacio Pagani would use the name Huayra for his own hypercar, paying tribute to this extraordinary creation.